Hello and welcome to this managerial accounting video where we are going to look at allocating constrained resources. So this is a situation where you have a limited resource of some type and you have to decide which of your products to produce. Alright, so here is our information. We have flying bubbles, which produces three types of balloons: small, medium, and large. We have the selling price, variable cost, and contribution margin per unit for each of the three kinds of balloons. And then we have how many machine hours each type of balloon uses. Finally, we have the demand in units. So that would be the maximum number of units of each product that we would want to produce. The company only has 2,530 machine hours available each month. What we're required to do is decide how many units of each type of balloon should the company make to maximize its total contribution margin. So in this case, our constrained resource are the machine hours. Okay? All right, so the way we go about doing this is we want to find our contribution margin per machine hour. Okay? So that's the first thing we're going to do. So we're going to find contribution margin per unit of constrained resource. And in this case, it's machine hour. Okay? All right, so we're going to find our contribution margin. We're going to get the number of machine hours. And then we're going to divide to get contribution margin per machine hour. Then we're going to get our preference, which is going to be based upon our contribution margin per machine hour. Okay, so what we have here is we have our small, medium, and large. Then let's put in the information. So we're just going to take our contribution margin per unit from here. And then we're going to take our machine hours that we were given. I'll put a line under there so we remember that we're dividing. All right, so now we're going to find out how much is our contribution margin per machine hour. So let's divide. Oops, I made a mistake there. Let's do that again. Okay, let's divide our contribution margin by the number of machine hours for each of the three products. Okay, so divide the contribution margin by the number of machine hours that the product uses, and that gives us our contribution margin per machine hour. Let's highlight that because that's the number we're using to make our decision as to our preference. And our preference is going to be the one that gives us the most contribution margin per machine hour. So our number one product is going to be small balloons. Our number two product, our second most profitable, is large balloons, and then the medium balloons are the least profitable. All right, so that's the easy part. Now we have to decide how many units of each type of balloon we should make. All right, so we have to figure out based upon how many total hours we have, which is 2,530, how many hours can we commit to each of these products? So let's put small, medium, and large here. And then we're going to look at how many we're going to produce, hours per unit, and see how many total hours it takes. And then finally, how many hours we have remaining to allocate to the least profitable products. All right. When we start, we have 2,530 hours. Okay? I did these wrong. We need to do large second. I'm sorry. Let's put large second and then medium last, right? Because that's what we decided. We're going to put these in the order of preference. So small is our number one, then large, then medium. Okay, so let's produce as many small balloons as we have demand for. We have demand for 440 units. All right. Each unit takes us 1.25 hours. So our total hours are the number of units we're producing times hours per unit. All right, we had 2,530 hours. We're using up 550 now, so we're going to take the 2,530, subtract the 550, and we have 1,980 hours left to allocate to the other products. All right, next most profitable are the large balloons. Our demand for large balloons up over here is 600 units per month. Okay, so we're going to produce 600 units of large balloons. Each unit uses 3 machine hours. So that means that we're going to use up 1,800 machine hours. Okay, 600 times 3. All right, so we only had 1980. We're using up 1,800. So now we're left with 180 hours to make medium balloons. All right, so we don't have enough hours to make all of the medium balloons that we have demand for. So how many medium balloons can we make with 180 hours? So actually we're going to back into this number, right? Because every medium balloon uses 2.4 hours. So the number of medium balloons we can make is going to be equal to the 180 remaining hours divided by 2.4 hours per unit. So that means we have enough hours to make 75 medium balloons. All right, and each balloon uses 2.4 hours. So of course this is going to give us the number that we just backed into. So that's 180 hours, and when we're all done, we have 0 hours left. Okay, so that is our video on allocating constrained resources. I hope you find it helpful in your studies.